So on this video we're just going to teach you how to teach your dog a magic marker word. So we just want to choose a word that you will use to mark any good behaviour your dog is doing. So you don't actually have to be standing right next to your dog to reward your dog with food. You can use the word and then go over to the dog and reward. So for those of you who have clicker trained, this is exactly the same thing. So in clicker training, you click, then you reward. The thing about having a magic marker word is that you always have that word with you, whereas with a clicker, you might not have the clicker on you. So we opt to use a word. Now for my dogs, I use the word nice. And Ollie knows that word. So what you would do is choose a word, but don't choose a word that your dog's going to hear regularly in conversation, because that could get really confusing. I mean, I don't say nice very often unless I'm talking to the dog. So, well, I might say nice to other people, but generally it's not a word I use a lot in conversation. So initially you're basically going to charge your word. So you're going to teach your dog that when he hears that word, a reward will follow. Now the other thing about using the word rather than going up to your dog and rewarding the dog when he's doing something that you like is by the time you get to your dog to reward the dog, he might not be doing that anymore. So bear in mind, whenever you say the word that you choose as your marker word, you must always reward the dog afterwards. Basically, the word that you use when your dog is doing something good, they hear the word and they know that that means that they're doing something good, and then you can reward them afterwards, and actually it doesn't matter if they've moved at that point. So it's much more accurate to use a word than it is to go over to your dog to reward the dog and then you find the dog isn't doing what you wanted to reward it for in the first place. So first of all, you need your treats. Generally we use part of their daily food allowance. We don't want to be using so much food that we're doubling up on their allowance and then they end up looking porky. So you just have the dog in front of you, you say your word, and then you pause very briefly and then you reward. So nice, 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 nice. So you do that probably, I don't know, 10 to 20 times, it depends on your dog, to teach them that a reward follows your word. And then after that, if you see your dog quietly lying down, you can say your marker word and then walk over and reward your dog. And that's basically it. So have a go, see how that goes for you, and let me know in the comments after you've tested it out.